Alright, we're going to do one more video with the car running, and I'll take a couple shots of the engine bay and such. Starts up fine every time. No issues idling, anything like that. Idles perfectly. Let me get some light in here so you can see. AC's on, so that's why, idle's a little higher, but when it's off, idles perfectly at 800. Nothing bad there. Let's see. Let's take a walk out here. Alright, let me get here and pop the hood. Yeah. Okay, so exhaust is pretty cool. I like it. It's pretty quiet. If this was a 5-speed, I would for sure have it a lot louder than it is currently, but I will settle for it now. For now, let me see here. Some more shots of the car. Let's take a look at this engine bay. When I first bought the car 3.5 years ago, and it was completely stock, I didn't do all these modifications until probably like the past, 6 to 8 months is when I've installed, the coilovers, headlights, everything. Engine bay is a little dirty. Like I said, when I first got the car, I was in Long Beach, California, and I went through some mud, which explains why it's so dirty. But you see all this mud right here. It's all mud. It's not, oil and stuff everywhere. It's all mud. It's just dirty. Only reason I haven't, really sprayed it down or anything like that is because I don't believe in spraying down the motor. I don't want to take any chances and mess anything electrical up. But HID ballast there. Some more mud. You got the stance coilovers right there. You adjust the dampening right here. I have it set to 4 clicks from full stiff in the front and 3 clicks in the back. Ride's pretty good, just a little bouncy. You can look right there. New water pump from when I did the timing belt and the water pump, the cam seals. New plug wires and plugs, spark plugs. Change the oil, every 4,000 to 5,000 miles here at the dealership. I work at the Lexus dealer. Got a used power steering pump off of an sc300 with, the guy said, approximately 90,000 miles on it with a 2-week warranty on this, but I replaced the older power steering pump. Let me see what else we got going on. Oh, since the car is slammed, or any lowered cars, if you're familiar with SCs, or a lot of Lexuses in general, they like to tuck, the factory likes to wire the wiring harness through the fender well right here. So when you lower a car, and especially a significant amount, your tire is going to rub against the wiring harness and chew it up. So what I did before I got to annihilating my wiring harness, I relocated it through the engine bay right here. Not the prettiest job, but I did what I could. I individually wrapped each wire, and then I wrapped it with this and then put some tape over it. Like I said, not pretty, but for just what I did was basically I went to the kicker box down here by your feet in the interior. I unplugged each of these plugs, took it out of the fender, and then ran it through the engine bay and plugged them back in. There was no splicing, none of that. No splicing, just unplugging and replugging through the engine bay. Let me see, what else? What else have I done on this car? Oh, new starter motor, can't really point at that. Okay, let me close, one more shot of the engine bay. Everything good. One clear shot of everything there. Let me see if there's anything else you might want to look at. Oh yes, one more thing. I have the trunk locked, so I need the keys, but the trunk shocks or the struts back here don't work, so you have to hold up the trunk. I have a stick that I have in there that will prop it up, but it's one thing I got lazy and never got around to fixing either, is the trunk that doesn't stay up. Another shot of the paint and the exhaust there. Let me give it a little rev so you can hear it. Not the loudest thing in the world, but for my taste, this 6-cylinder, I think it sounds really good. It's usually the loudest around 2,000 to 3,000 RPM. Once you go above 3,000, it just kind of quiets out. So it's not, you know, the higher RPMs you go, the louder the exhaust is. It's usually around between 2,000 to 3,000 RPM is when it's the loudest. Sounds really good too. Really good tone. I bought these mufflers off of a friend of mine who has a black SC as well. He got some Junction Produce ones, even rare mufflers, and he already broke them in. So let me see, there's some undershots of the car right here. Oh, one thing I want to mention, tires. I've had these same tires since I've slammed the car a good 7 months ago, 7-8 months, like I said. Got 4 degrees of camber all the way around. The thing is, I've had my alignment done regularly, so I'm still on the same tires. About another month or so of driving, and then you could flip them over and go another, you know, good 6 to 8 months on these tires. None of that, you know, chewing through tires in 2 months and then replacing them already. None of that. These tires have lasted me very well. No bubbles. Just rubbing on the side, of course. But other than that, these fronts, I have spaces all the way around. These fronts are pretty sunk in, which I'm very unhappy with, but since I'm not keeping the car, I'm not going to fix it. But the reason why they're so sunk in is because there's 4 degrees of camber all the way around from being so low, and the stock camber bolts won't let me bring the wheels out any further. Otherwise I would. Just need a couple camber bolts and you can make it flush, just like in the back here. Like I said, I'm going to touch these wheels up so that the wheels are completely black and none of this silver striping around it. But other than that, another shot of the interior. Seat covers, all that good stuff. You got that there. Little condensed headlights, yeah, just like I said, reseal. But other than that, for the most part, this is the car. And I hope you like it. I hope it goes to a good home. Alright.